Sisters and brothers, in the face of another heart-wrenching episode, in the gradual unfurling of the grand plan of salvation, the Lord prepared His disciples for His ultimate leave-taking from His earthly journey. The imminence of His ascension prompted the Lord to take His time on disconnecting Himself from His followers, His distraught disciples, by reassuring them that what He had to do would be for their own good. Why? Why did He find the need to reassure them? He was aware that His followers left everything just to follow Him. And His disciples depended on Him for the meaning and purpose of their lives. Aware kay siya ni Ana. Mauna nga, He really took time to slowly disconnect Himself from them in view of the impending resurrection. My dear friends, the resurrected Lord consoled the disciples with the truth that the sufferings they would endure as consequence of their discipleship could be integrated into the ongoing pattern of witness to the hostile world. Nothing would be wasted. Hasta ang ilang kamingaw unya kaniya, dili masayang. Mahimong tabahin na sa ilahang living sacrifice for the advancement of the reign of God. Step by step, for 40 days, the Lord patiently and lovingly carved, murag nagkuan siya, gabuhat siya og panimalay. He carved a lasting home in their hearts by reassuring them that His physical departure from their midst, as necessitated by the solemn completion of His historic mission in the world, would only inaugurate the perpetuation, ang pagpalungtad, the perpetuation of His salvific words and deeds through the dawning of the age of the Holy Spirit. If He would not go, the Holy Spirit would not come. Munang iya ginang giklaro sa iyahang mga disipulo. And the coming of the Paraclete, according to the gospel narrative, will expose the wickedness of unbelief by bringing to light the internal operation of conscience, which will convict, ninduta nga term gigamit, convict, wa nagilusot, which will convict the sinner and lead him or her to faith and conversion. Please pray over the first letter of Paul to Timothy, chapter 1, verses 15 to 16. Friends, the Lord had to go so that He would no longer be constrained, limited, confined to just a single time and space. And in order for Him to fulfill a promise He made to His followers. What was that promise? That He would abide in them until the very end of the age. Matthew chapter 28, verse 20. Karon, mangutan nata, unsay leksyon atong makuha nining tulukibod kaayo nga mga pagtulunan. Sisters and brothers, not all experiences of separation or dissociation are unfortunate occasions of abandonment. Not all. Nga naman, there are grace-filled situations of detachment or disengagement that seek to win us, lutason ta, to win us from toxic dependency and debilitating routine sa ato ang kinabuhi. And such grace-filled occasions have also the power to train us. Training in what? Formation in what? To train us in unpretentious self-actualization. Kaya di naman ta madependent. Higilutas naman ta. So, unpretentious self-actualization and trailblazing pro-action. Mga ginikanan, di ba na di panahon nga inyong tugutan ang inyong mga anak to make decisions on their own. Even if in your hearts you know they might commit mistakes with adverse consequences. But you have to. Why? Moingon din mo siyang ugalingon, we will not be here for always. They have to learn. Mao na makigsunan nga, when the Lord ascended to heaven to take His rightful place at the right hand of the Father Almighty, His disciples immediately began to draw amazing strength from the powerful memory of His life, passion, death, resurrection, and glorification. And as a result, the original followers of the Lord accomplished great things for the advancement of the reign of God. Nga kung di lang ginayahan sa Espiritu Santo, makaingog yutang imposible nga mahimo nila. Proof, Christianity remains as the largest religion in the world. Kinsay galihok ana, gamay ra kaayo nga mga ordinaryong mga tinunan sa Ginoo, guided by the Holy Spirit. Sisters and brothers, few moments from now, we shall receive communion. And each time we receive communion, we remember the words, "Do this in memory of me." Let us always bear in mind, our memory of the Lord is very powerful to change us, the people around us, and the world in the process. All we have to do is to be consistent in remembering the Lord, what He taught, and what He did for us.